Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases.
Audible is the destination for thrilling audio entertainment with next listen recommendations to habituate every type of thriller listener.
The time is now more than ever to embrace the breathtaking, sinister, and shocking tales that have enthralled you, especially with brand new exclusive thrillers from best-selling authors who are guaranteed to keep you gripped.
So, Ronnie, I recently downloaded Squeeze Me by Carl Hyacin, mainly because it shows a martini glass with a snake tail wrapped around it. I mean, what else needs to be said? And I am very excited to listen to it later today.
New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/Crappens or text Crappens to 500-500. That's audible.com/Crappens or text Crappens to 500-500. Do you struggle trying to reach those corner lashes when applying mascara? L'Oreal Paris' new Panorama Mascara catches every lash for corner-to-corner volume.
Your sister has been using this, right?
She loves it. Yes, they sent me some, and I gave it to my sister and my nieces. And actually, I looked at, I saw my niece the other day and was like, your eyelashes, is that the new mascara? She's like, yes, look at them. They were like fanned out. I mean, this is a great product.
You can buy Panorama Mascara on Amazon today.
Want to see life in panorama with fully fanned out lashes? Now you can with L'Oreal Paris Panorama Mascara that creates corner-to-corner panoramic lash volume.
This podcast is supported by FedEx. FedEx offers fast delivery, more visibility, simple returns, and weekend home delivery to 98% of the U.S. population on Saturday and 50% on Sunday. With FedEx, you get picture proof of delivery, ensuring you always know where your package is. Returns are simple with packageless and paperless returns. Plus, FedEx Ground is also faster to more locations than UPS Ground. See the FedEx service guide for delivery information. So, what are you waiting for? See what FedEx can do for your business. Absolutely, positively FedEx.
Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens? Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all the crap we love to talk about on Yo Brovs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
So good, everybody. We have some exciting stuff coming up. We're going to Europa, London, Dublin, Birmingham. We're also going to Los Angeles in May. All of May. This is all happening in May. Go get tickets for that stuff over at watchwhatcrappens.com because it's going to be really exciting for us. Also, this is Vanderpump Rules, so welcome to that show. You guys have been asking for Vanderpump Villa. You've nagged us enough, and we're going to do it. We have
You've
to
relented.
do it. So there have already been 4 episodes, so we're going to catch up with all those in a special 2-part bonus episode next week. Monday on our Patreon. Thank you everybody for being part of our Patreon, for being part of our show. We don't care if you're part of Patreon or just here. We're in your ears. That's all that matters. So Ben, how's everything going with you today, hun?
Good, but I have to issue a heartfelt apology to all the listeners who I let down when I basically revealed that I don't watch the Vanderpump Rules after show. Because last week, I was very excited that I was able to do some sleuthing and that I was able to piece together 2 matching pieces of B-roll between The Valley and Vanderpump Rules. And I was like, hey, I just realized Kristen and Katie are in the same building and they haven't really mentioned that on the shows. Well, God forbid I get excited about something in this world, because apparently this was discussed in a Vanderpump Rules after show. And apparently there were people who watched that. And apparently, if you don't watch it, you are below even human status. Because all week long, Ben, this was discussed actually on the after show. How did you not even see that? You need to start watching the after show, because you can't just be saying things like this was we already knew this. So I
You're like
apologize.
literal idiot, Ben. Literal
I apologize for
idiot.
being late to the housing gossip circuit for Kristen and Katie. This was apparently very public news, and the thing I was very excited about, everyone already knew about, and so I hang my head in shame as a failed podcaster. There, you have my heart.
Listen, they're putting a lot on these after shows. It's like their version of Patreon, is what they're doing. And they're like, oh, if you don't watch this on the after show, or you don't watch Peacock, you don't get these scenes. If you don't watch the after show, you don't know this stuff. I'm sorry. I give this channel enough of my time.
Yeah.
Enough. Okay. And we would love to be watching the show on Peacock because we missed a scene of James's mother last week. And listen, I love a vile person on my television. I love it. She is one of the most interesting character studies in a long time. I didn't abuse you. You were raised in the Tiffany's. I would have loved to have seen that, but they didn't show it in the regular episode. And there's some things we missed because of screeners and stuff like that, which is how you're listening to this in the morning, some of you, instead of waiting for a full day for us to turn it around. So, whatever. It is what it is. When I'm older and drier, I will rewatch all of this show again. But for now, we get the regular poor people version that airs on Bravo. And
Yes. The one where you have to do your own detective work to find out which people are living in which building. So either way, no, in all honesty, I definitely obviously did not see the after show, so I missed that. And it is kind of hilarious that I was so excited to announce information that a lot of people already knew. And it's information I'm sure no one really cared about. But then the moment,
honestly,
the moment that I announced
it,
it's
a lot of hand wringing over information I could give two fucks about. I don't care where those people live.
And might as well. By the way,
let's building to avoid. It's like this. It's like the fucking IRS building.
And I guess let's just nip this one in the bud. I don't think we have to wait until Monday to do this. Real Housewives of Potomac. There's a lot of discussion about Mia using an IUD. Apparently, she used an IUI, which is a totally different thing. So we got that one too. So
got lots of IOUs. There's a lot going on with me on that show. Okay,
that was not something that was on the after show for Potomac. That was just on the show, and we missed that.
That was just where ignorant penis owning people who don't understand a lot of things.
She says IUI, I hear IUD, and hilarity ensues.
Okay, so here we go. This is VPR, the gay baiting episode. That's what I like to call it. Queer baiting. Nice queer baiting going on Vanderpump Rules. Very popular this year on Bravo. We've got Kyle with Morgan Wade. We've got Katie with Sheena's 5-year-old or 15-year-old nanny, whatever the hell's going on over there. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into our own little Vanderpump Rules Saltburn episode. So Ariana, it's very quiet. The episode, we don't get the opening music, which is just silence as we see the logo, we see the beach. We're still on beach day, and Ariana's sitting there in the sand in the tent, and she's like, "You guys, he fucking sucks. Literally, what's up with this? Why don't you guys realize he's the worst?" And Brock's like, "Well, I think this guy's been castrated, and he's sitting there in the corner." And she's like, I disagree. He's literally throwing jabs at me, and he's not castrated. And by the way, he is not castrated. He is going out living his best life, going on to other reality shows, becoming friends with JoJo Siwa, man, doing his show, capitalizing off of it. This is not a castrated man.
When he just became friends with JoJo Siwa.
It takes a lot of balls to want to be around that much volume.
Yeah, Brock, please be quiet. Okay, there's a lot of jabs we could be throwing at you right now that I'm just too tired. But honestly, shut up. This is not your place to be telling someone to just get the fuck over it. Okay, Mr. living in a completely different country than the person he committed to and had children with. Okay. So Ariana's like, yeah, fuck that guy. And he's like, you guys are going tit for tat. No, he went for tit.
She went to a funeral.
Yeah, I don't really understand how you're going to keep bringing this person around her and then allow him to sit there and be like, she never cleaned up her cat poop, and expect her not to flip out on him. And I'm really glad she finally got to have this moment where she's like, Well, first she cries and just the basic moment where she's like, what the fuck, you guys? What am I supposed to do? What do you think I'm going to do? It's like, exactly. What the fuck do you think I'm going to do?
Right. Remember when on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this past season, when Anne Marie was like making us think about Sutton's esophagus at that dinner party, and she was like, "I've just like never heard of that being." Remember that? Remember how that was such a.
No. Mm-mm.
But remember when that? Remember when that show? Remember when that episode aired? When she was like questioning Sutton's esophagus. Remember that? I remember how we were all like, "What
We
the
didn't talk
fuck?"
about
Like,
it enough. I didn't really
like-
completely forgot about it.
but it was like what? Like that? We all got annoyed. That was like about 3 months ago, maybe even more than 3 months ago. That was such an
still mad.
annoying storyline. Still mad, right? Guess what?
Still mad.
This scene here with Ariana was like 3 months after the reunion. I'm saying this to illustrate how quickly time flies. And like, if someone said to me right now, like, Ben, you have to stop being annoyed about that esophagus fight, I'd be like, no, I'm still in the annoyance window. Like, I'm allowed. So I think that like Ariana is allowed to still be going tit for tat, even though she's not going tit for tat. I think she's allowed to be angry and rageful about what Tom Sandoval did, because like if we're all going to still be mad at things that happened on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills 3 months ago, let alone things that happened on anything that happened on Bravo 2 years ago, then I think we're allowed to give Ariana a 3-month period of being angry at Tom Sandoval.
Well, also, you just don't bring him to the same exact places and to say, like, share a beach picnic and let's just see how this goes. It's going to be great. Hey, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Now, I get that they're both at work as well and they have to shoot a show and et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, in that case, bring Rand to the picnic. I need to know Rand's opinions.
Exactly. Because, you know, Ariana, like the point that you've made.
Bring Shay. Where's Shay at? We haven't had an update from Shay in a while. Let's get Shay on the show, guys.
Yeah, because like, you know, you've made the point that like, you know, yes, it's unfair that Ariana has to be around her ex, but a show still has to be shot, and like the cast can't be divided. Well, now Ariana's showing up, and this is not anything to push back on you. I'm just saying Ariana is like begrudgingly like, okay, I will do my task. I will do what I'm shooting with him. But now you also want me to be like happy that I have to be around him? Like, no, of course not. And so for Brock to come in and say, well, he's been castrated, it's like not enough, I'd say. Not enough.
Yeah, he could be castrated and he'd still fill out a pair of budgie smugglers better than you, probably. just gonna put that out there. Speaking of castrated. So yeah, you know, I think what you're saying is you just really can't win in this situation. Like, okay, oh, so you refuse to be around him? We don't have a show. Oh, so you are around him? Well, now you're a bitch. So, you know, I guess it's the no-win situation. Now, as a viewer, it does get like, okay, well, I'm just sick of watching people scream at each other and fight. But you know what? As a viewer to another viewer, as myself to myself, I say, then go watch another channel, because that's what you're in for on this channel. So enjoy it.
And this was like the Ariana is vulnerable episode to a certain degree, right? In a little bit. So she's basically like, look, I'm allowed to feel a certain sort of way because he did this shit to me. I never did anything to him, you know? She says, this man not only tried to ruin me, but now he's saying whatever he possibly can to make it seem like I'm a horrible partner. And this is the type of conversations he has about me with all the people are present. Then fuck any of y'all who aren't telling him to shut up.
Yeah. And so, Schwartz is like, hey, hi guys, hi, it's just me. It's a sweet boy, Tom Schwartz, who never does anything. Where am I? Am I wearing any makeup right now? Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the bar because, you know, maybe things should cool off with Crazy Pants over there. Oh, did I say that out loud? I just don't want to jeopardize the vibe, guys. And she's like, okay, bye.
Bye.
And then he just quiets down because his fucking good boy act is wearing so thin at this point. And so he looks at Katie like, huh? And she just stares back at him like, stupid. Go away. Run, stupid.
Die in the sand. I hope a dune sandworm comes and eats you up before you get to the bar.
You've got to finish that book.
I do. Every time I sit down, I just want to do something else.
Really got to finish that book.
So the Toms walk away, and Sandoval's like, "Oh, is Ariana getting emotional?" He's like, "Oh, let's just have a breather." So, Ariana's still like, he doesn't get it. Like, I didn't do this. And Lala's like, yes, but like, if he were to say to you something like, I don't want him to say shit to me. I want him to jump in the fucking ocean.
She's like, but then he has no way of winning. No, he doesn't have a fucking way of winning. What does he need to win? He cheated. He's an asshole. And now he just needs to go away. That's it. That's winning, is going away.
So now the Toms are at a bar, and Sandoval's like, "Hey, do you have something that's like frozen and delicious that's like not alcoholic? I'm sort of like turning over a new leaf right now, dude." Ah! And Schwartz is like, oh, you guys need to get out of that house together. I'm a good little boy making suggestions."
He's like, dude, I love Maya. I mean, don't say I signed the adoption papers and I paid for it. I mean, it's like, Ariana, I paid for everything else in our relationship. So does that mean everything else is mine?
Everything the house needs, from like toilet paper to trash bags, the pens, the batteries, the eraser like replacements, like the invisible ink pens, like the ones you can like erasable ink, like all the different types of pens, like literally every single thing from the stationery aisle in Target. Like I bought that for us.
Yeah. He thinks like going to a Walgreens makes him right in every situation. Like, I know where the Walgreens is, So we know who does that stuff anyway. It's fucking Anne. We know you don't know shit, Tom. Have you forgotten this entire season is showing us what you really do, which is nothing. I mean, granted, you pay someone to do it, so that's something, but shut up. So 1 year earlier, Sandoval we see the argument of,
well, Ariana, when was the last time you went to the store and bought toilet paper or batteries?
And I also like that he keeps specifying the pens in the drawer, because that is such a thing. Like, where's the pen? How do I have 97 pens and I can't find one in the pen drawer?
He's literally acting like he is running like an old-timey like office full of secretaries that all need to write in shorthand. Like, like the pens in the drawer keep this place alive. Like, I'm pretty sure in this digital landscape, there's not a lot of need for pens in the drawer at the Sandoval household.
It's a job that hasn't been important like in decades.
Oh my God, who's going to make sure the pens are stocked?
America's hero, stocking the pens in all the drawers. For all the note-taking needs one needs.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so the producer's like, you got destroyed on the internet for saying that you always stock the batteries and the toilet paper. Why are you bringing it up again? And he's like,
oh God, I just think like Ariana's going to be like in for it. Like when she's like alone, living on her own. She's like, where's the pens? That's all I'm saying, bro.
The reason he's bringing it up again is because the man learns no lessons. He learns no lessons. That's how he can go on stage over and over and still not hit a note. The man doesn't learn. All right.
I have to say one of my favorite episodes of Scared Straight is when teenagers had to go to the drugstore and buy pencils for themselves for the first time. And like when they realized the task and the responsibility therein and how they changed their lives. Wow. He's right. Sandoval's right. She does not know what she's in for.
So back at the beach, Brock's hungry, of course. And Sheena's like, well, Tori's coming to the bar, so... And they're talking about Tori now. Like, suddenly Tori's a thing. I think the producers were like, what are we doing with this season? Nothing's happening. Call Tori in. Call Joe in. Get these people in. And now we're supposed to pretend like they've been storylines the whole season.
I know. Like, I'm okay with the Joe thing, but the Tori thing just really feels like a strange thing that's been thrown into the mix. I'm honestly, I'm not going to co-sign it. I don't love the Tori storyline. I just feel
I don't love the Tori storyline either, and I feel like it's just a younger show. And Tom and Katie are giving me creepy swinger couple on vacation vibes, where they're just like coming on to someone way too young, sitting on either side of her, like, hey, who do you like better?
Yeah.
You ever smoked a cigarette before, honey?
Honey.
You like bowling? I like bowling.
It's like, what? You're both fucking creeps. I know that they think like dating a 15-year-old at the same time makes them like look hip and cool, but it really just makes them look like they need to be driving a beat up old white van around a park. It's creepy. I don't like it.
Yeah, I just thought it's like Tori is this person who's just been kind of like inserted onto the show. Like Joe, at least there is like a track record. There's a history there. Also, Joe, I think is just more interesting than Tori. Tori is just kind of like generic LA wannabe reality star, which one could say that about this entire cast at one point, but she really is. Like, she just is inserted in and suddenly is just gonna like truly go for low hanging fruit. So
Well, I
then
have
we
to
go back.
say, the rest of the cast, I don't think was like that because back in that time, they were like, we're not reality people. We are actors. We're like serious actors. I can't even believe I'm doing reality. Like, remember, Ariana didn't want to do it because she's a real actor. And
Yeah.
neither did Jax. Jax is like, I'm a real actor. So they looked down on doing it. They looked
But
at
that
it,
being said,
but
Stassi
this
had
girl
put in her
grew
time on
up
the Amazing
on it.
Race. Yeah.
Right. Well, Stassi, yeah, but the most of the cast. But this girl actually grew up watching Vanderpump Rules, and this is like
Exactly.
her in. It's like all I have to do is bang Katie and Schwartz. Ugh, it's not worth it. Go find another show.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Jeez.
bang Link and what did we say she looked like? I don't even know who we compared her to last week in that outfit.
Like a bag of Thomas's English muffins. I don't know.
That's so specific.
I know, but for some reason, that's the energy she was giving in that denim.
It works.
So,
Yeah, it does work.
Yeah, it's sort of just like this, roughly like this plasticky. I don't know. So, I mean, she didn't look anything like it, but that was the energy. So Tori's coming, and James is like, I think that Schwartz is secretly obsessed with that girl, and Sheena's like, yeah. And Lala's like, what are you laughing, Zetsk? And she's like, because I know the true story. I know I don't have the best track record with like matchmaking, but like I feel like now that Kitty is like totally over Schwartz and like might be okay to like set him up again. So like naturally I like introduced him to like my former nanny Tori.
Isn't Tori her cousin?
Tori is, I think, just like a good friend. Yeah.
Oh, I thought Tori was her cousin or something. So anyway, former nanny, man, people just can't keep their jobs on this show. Poor thing.
No.
And
Well, remember,
and too,
Tori was
'cause-
hired. Tori was hired because like another one of her clients had like a newborn baby. So like Tori had to go work for them instead.
Yeah, like Tori didn't know the baby was coming. Tori, I don't know that I would trust Tori, you know? Takes a nanny job, not remembering that her other nanny job is about to splurt out a baby. Like, really? Okay, so anyway, Tori's not trustworthy. There, you heard it here first, guys. Tell your friends.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Ophthalmologist Dr. Strauss has seen firsthand how the metaverse is helping surgeons practice the procedures to treat cataracts.
Cataracts are the primary cause of avoidable blindness.
He works with a virtual reality training platform developed by Fundamental VR and Orbis International to help surgeons develop the muscle memory they need. The result? More confident, capable surgeons. And even more importantly,
Patients who can see.
explore more stories like Dr. Strauss's at meta.com/metaverseimpact.
CarMax is putting peace of mind back in car shopping by putting you in the driver's seat to find a ride that's right for you. Because at CarMax, we believe you shouldn't just settle for a car. You should love your car. That's why every car we sell is CarMax certified quality, so you can be sure with upfront pricing that's the same for every customer. So don't settle. Find love at first drive and start shopping now at CarMax.com. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
So we see 6 days earlier, Tori's like, oh my God, Sheena, you should help me go on a date. And Sheena's saying, yeah, well, I mean, if you want to make out with Schwartz, just go make out with Schwartz. And she goes, oh my God. Just so you know, Schwartz, this is at the club everybody's been talking about all over town, Hotel Ziggy. She's like, Schwartz, just so you know, I think you're hot.
Back to present, but clearly I misjudged things because when Katie heard about it, she was like, no, Tori should like date me instead. And we go back to another flashback at Hotel Ziggy of Katie saying to Tori, or Tori saying to Katie, oh my God, I fucking love your hair.
Yeah.
Which is like, sorry. that was,
Tori is
weird.
like a mosquito at a screen door in the summer, girl. She's just looking for a way in. She doesn't care. She's like, she'll just keep bumping up it, looking for like a little crack to squeeze her way in. She's gonna get there. So Sheena's like, but all is fair in love and war, and with Katie and Schwartz, all you got, love and war.
I miss still your girl. So now we're back at the bar that's by the beach, and Schwartz is like, oh, hold on, Katie's calling me. She's calling me. We're finally getting to the place where we speak on the phone again. So Katie calls from the beach and is like, you left all your stuff here. Yeah, but it was for the greater cause. Well, what cause? Oh, for Ariana's feelings, the whole vibe of the beach day. I got Sandoval out of there. Ugh, Ariana's feelings. Hold on. A wave is coming in. The wave says,
And he's like, okay, but I'm just a vibe saver. That's me. It's my superpower, saving vibes. But thanks for grabbing my stuff. I really appreciate it. She goes, I'm not grabbing anything. This is me letting you know that it's down here. Bye.
I really enjoyed that move by her. Like, you have to come all the way back out to the beach to get your shitty things before
Yeah,
you
because
will
get your
tax it.
shit. What are you
Yeah,
leaving
get
your
your
shit on the
shit.
beach for, stupid? So then everyone goes to the bar, and we get an episode of, let's watch these people who don't want to hang out with each other be forced to hang out. So in a different configuration now. So Lala's like, oh my God, this place is so cute.
Yeah.
So
cute. So cute. And then Sandoval, there's like a group of girls sort of sitting in one area. There's basically two rooms, and there's like the Sandoval room and there's the rest of the cast room. So in the Sandoval room, he's there with
Sandoval's
Schwartz.
room is like the Chuck E. Cheese. It's like where the skee-ball machines and the children are. Like, is there anybody that's going to be flirted with on this show today that's not in high school?
It's like where the Double Dragon arcade games are. So
Seriously, it's like,
All right, well, you guys be mean all you want to. I'll be over here in the ball pit with these girls from.
okay, who here wants a round of Diet Cokes and pizza? So he's like, sup guys, I'm Tom. He says that they're this girls. And one girl, of course, goes, hi, I'm Madison. Because of course her name is Madison. And Sandoval's like, Madison, what would you like to get your friends a round of? Sprite, Mountain Dew, Diet Coke? It's on me, man.
Shirley Temple, whoa, big spender there, Mads.
I got a bunch of quarters if you guys want to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over there. It's such a fun game.
so then Tori comes like, hi everybody, Tori's here. So Tori goes to the other group and she sees Sandoval toasting the newbies.
And he's like, all right, to Venice, to sun and laughter, and continued happily ever after. I'm a musician. Cheers.
And so then Tori shows up and Schwartz is joking, goes, oh God, my girlfriend's here. And she's like, are you going to involve me in our conversation? That was acting. I'm an actress, trained in the Stella Artois Theater. Not Stella
Kidding girls. I'm like, oh my God, that was like so funny. I was like, that's like so dramatic. But then you were kidding. Yeah, you guys, I was totally kidding.
I'm in the Uda Hagen school. So Schwartz is like, so then Schwartz is like, oh, okay, I'd offer you a drink, but I can't remember what you like. And she sort of like gives him this look like, mm-hmm. And he goes, you like tequila? And she like rolls her eyes and he goes, no, you like champagne. And then she like mugs to the camera like, sure do. I was like, could you please turn off your sitcom 101 acting class for us, please?
Could you please get your Zoe, like Disney acting ass off my show, please? She does do that. She
so
like winks at the camera like, champers it is. And Schwartz is doing that thing like, whoa, look at me, like just nagging people and like suggesting that I only have eyes for Katie by suggesting that this girl only likes tequila. And then on Winter House, when I kept calling that other girl Katie the whole time, it's like, oh God, we get it. So annoying. So Tori's like, so, are you going to ask me out on a date or are you just going to send fire emojis? Am I right, America?
Cue the wacky neighbor coming in. Come on, Joe Isuzu, get in here.
Wait a minute, are you saying that this isn't a date? He's just like, no. But do you want to go on a date with me? She's okay, cheers to going on a date. We're going on a date.
She like mugs the camera like it's going to freeze and go to commercial. It's like, ma'am, you're not on a sitcom. So now Katie's watching this from the other room, from adult room. And so she's like, so she leaves and goes over to Cock Block. And Schwartz's like, where did you come from? We're doing a sitcom here and you're a 1 hour procedural. Get out of here.
Don't worry about us, Tom. Me and this girl just talking, right, honey? Right? He's like, this is my date. Katie, you didn't buy her this bottle of champagne. She goes, that's not even champagne. That's Ruby.
Yeah, it is. It's brute. It's brute. It's not champagne. That comes. Only things that are made in champagne are allowed to be called champagne. That was made in.
He's like, I don't know if Katie's really into Tori or if she just wants to compete with me and prove that she's better. Yeah, well, if he doesn't like me taking girls from him, then he should, like, try harder.
I think someone wants to talk to you, by the way, Schwartz. Oh, sorry. I was letting my previous disdain noise. I was interrupting my previous disdain. Hold on, let me let it finish. Okay, there we go. Schwartz, I think someone over there wants to talk to you. Her name is like Madison, or maybe it's Madison. Ugh, you're ignoring her. You're being rude. Ugh. He's like, okay. So he just goes over to the teenagers.
And then Katie continues her flirting with Tori. And at first, Tori's like, I mean, I felt like Tori's vibe was like, one minute she's with Schwartz, like, oh my God, we're going on a date. And then Katie comes over. She's like, hi. But then it changed in the next scene. So then James is playing cornhole because what else would he do? And then Brock is playing ping pong with Ali Bali. And they're making small talk. He's like, you got any siblings? She goes, no. Well, how'd you like that? She goes, I loved it.
Ali Bali, isn't it amazing that we're playing cornhole and ping pong without a plane overhead? Damn it, stop following me, Southwest. Stop it.
There's a big thing. I don't know if it's just on Bravo shows, but it seems to be a big thing going on in LA right now where they're like adults like playing games that kids like. Because they had that, they're here today. Then they were at the circus place on the Valley. And then remember they were at the other circus fair place here a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, on that date with Joe, where Joe was like, oh my God, what do they have carnival games here? I have carnival.
Ronnie, this was addressed on the after show. So, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it's just like maybe after the trauma of the past, like 4 years, people just want some like nostalgic favorites, to get them through the day.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So Lala's like, Ariana, we know you can't control Tom's, but like what he does and how he acts, you can only control yourselves. But like, do you feel like there's unresolved feelings? It's like, no, of course not, Lala. No unresolved feelings at all. She's just really angry for the fun of it.
Well, you understand that Lala's just trying to make it about her and Rand, right? Because she's like,
yes.
Do you ever feel like he just completely disrespects you? And then when it's the time for the audience to finally understand what you're going through, someone else gets cheated on and steals your thunders. Is that what it feels like?
I totally know what that feels like. I totally know. It does.
Ariana, do you ever feel like, ever since you were dating your lovers, that you were like, you now have a distorted view of how much is an appropriate amount of fried chicken to get at a restaurant? Because like now I don't even know how much I'm supposed to get for myself anymore after Rand's.
Are you really upset because you don't know what it's like to see a piece of fried chicken without full body crunching anymore?
So Ariana's like, she's like, I know the amount of anger I feel. I understand it's not healthy. And she's like, yeah, I wish there could just be like a calm conversation where it's like, I know I fucked up. And by the way, who'd be a really great person for Dancing with the Stars would be Sheena Marie. Like, I don't know, like something like that.
It's
I wish
not
we could just have a
about
conversation
saying
like that.
I fucked up. Why is it like that? Why is it such a pat thing? Like, oh my God, I wish you guys could just have a conversation where he says sorry. Well, yeah, that would be great, Sheena. That would just solve fucking everything, wouldn't it? Jesus.
And Ariana's like, yeah, but he's never going to say it. He's like never even said he's fucked up about the main thing. It's just, yeah, but do you almost feel like when you're looking at him, it's like you just threw me away, like I was just nothing? Because it's so funny, because that's how I felt with Rance, because like we had a marriage and he just like threw me away, and I was just like, wow, this is probably gonna break the internet with this storyline. Should we talk about my storyline actually? Because I'm happy to talk about it a little bit.
So Ariana starts crying, and Lala's like, yeah, it's like you create a life with someone and you get the Hollywood Hills mansion like redone the way you want to, and then this happens, It's like hearts. And there's no guarantees a relationship's going to work south. And she's like, yeah, I mean, that's your dream house. And he wrecked that house. And now let's just get you out of that house. And who cares about money? Or, you know, like it's all about your house. Whose side are you on? And why are you trying to get her to move out? Get him to move out. I'm sorry. I can see why she wants to throw these people off the side of a cliff. I get the whole like, okay, we're trying to shoot a show and we should probably figure out a way to do this. But to be like, you need to get out of that house. No, how about you go advocate to Tom to stop being so fucking immature and sell the house?
They should. Absolutely. So now Ariana's crying. She's really crying. And I don't think we really have seen her crying at all through this process. She's just been, you know, like understandably very angry. And so she's like, you're right. It sucks because I put so much life and my money and my time into making this my dream house. And it was my dream house. And not only did he wreck it, but the way he wants to act like he's somewhat deserving of staying there. And he keeps it and just the digs. And there's just so many pens in our drawers. It's actually really annoying. I don't know why.
And she's, you know, she reminds them again, I never did anything to him. Like, everyone's acting like this is some War of the Roses scenario where we've just been fucking with each other for all this time. But no, like, he was fucking one of my best friends and just fucked me over, guys. Okay, let's try and keep that in mind. So she's telling us, like, I keep this armor up because this shit is fucking traumatic. Okay. And so she's trying to find, you know, she doesn't know why it's everybody else's problem, you know, but this guy has no remorse. It's just frustrating. So Lala's like, I mean, out of all the ways you could have handled it, you fucking rose to the occasion. You grabbed the opportunity by the balls and you just ran. And that's what you did, girl.
Yeah, and like while you're holding those balls and running, like maybe if you want to put in a call to Dancing with the Stars, I don't know, like maybe you could do that. I don't know. So
and you know what? One day, it would be nice to open that kitchen counter and not find a bunch of big pens when all I really want are big razors.
So now later at the bar, Tori's talking to Katie, and Tori is much warmer now because she realizes, oh, I can also just sleep with Katie to get on the show, not just Schwartz.
The mosquito at the screen door. She's like, oh my God, maybe I can fit through this tiny square. Ow, God.
Yeah. It's like when you make a wrong turn when following Google Maps and you're like, shit, I missed the turn, but it says this route is also the same ETA. You're like, yes. Similar ETA.
Yeah. So Tori's like, so have you dated a girl, Katie? And she's like, no. Have you had sex with a girl? Yeah, it's better, right? She goes, well, I would never put any kind of label on myself. I like people. Oh yeah, that's Katie. Real people lover over there.
I guess I would classify myself as a sexual.
My pronouns are slash.
I'm not Harry.
So Tori's like, oh my God, you are so cute. You're making me so nervous by being so cute right now.
Why? You're just like so pretty. Oh my God, I want to kiss you so bad.
And she's like, yeah, I want to kiss you. And Katie's like, you can kiss me. And so they kiss. And everyone's
And then
like,
the audience goes,
God.
The sitcom audience.
The junior high girls are like, oh my God, it's that girl from our class making out with that old lady. Thank God for James. Thank God for James in this show to speak my mind for me. Because I was like, what is going on? Okay, so it's the new day, right? So it's Joe they're at a hot dog place. Okay.
They're at so there's a famous hot dog stand here in LA called Tail of the Pup. And it's a giant hot dog stand that's shaped like a hot dog. And I don't know why I thought it was just so funny. And I can't believe we hadn't gone to this place before on the show, that like Lala and Joe were having lunch at a giant hot dog. I don't know. And the funny thing is that this hot dog stand is architecturally significant, which is wild. You wouldn't think it is, but it is like a significant piece of architecture because it's like an example of a specific type of architecture where the building looks like the thing it's purveying. So I just love them being at an architecturally significant oversized hot dog to shoot a scene.
Let's shoot this as the architecturally significant hot dog.
Wow, I can't believe that we're showing up at Rand's lunch. Giant hot dogs.
So Lala comes to lunch with Joe, which is super weird. And Joe's like, "Oh my God, is this a hot dog place? I love this place. Is this a building? It's a building with it looks like a hot dog. Am I supposed to eat the building? I'll eat the building."
Joe, take your teeth off the building, Joe. Joe, take your teeth off Joe, you gotta stop doing this, Joe. You're never gonna be part of the group if you eat buildings. Come on, Joe, back it up.
Mustard really does make everything taste better.
Okay, Joe, stop putting mustard on the buildings. It's not good. You're gonna get ants. Come on, Joe.
We look like a lesbian couple. We look like a lesbian couple together. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna try to push that narrative, but then Katie stole my storyline against. So, oh well.
Am I a lipstick lesbian? And she's like, "Oh my God, yeah. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you. Thank you for not being a Vaseline lesbian. That would have made this more awkward. I love lipstick. You're so pretty. Hey, thanks for coming here. Okay, because Tom Schwartz told me, like, I really want you to talk to Lala at some point. Super important. Something about you being maybe like a washed up housewife with giant lips that don't make any sense." He's right. But guess what? They do make sense. I like them. You could float. You probably float. Do you float? Do you take baths? If you took baths, you'd probably float in them.
Okay, Jose, I'm going to need you to stop biting the tables, okay? Because this doesn't even look like a hot dog. You're just biting a table now. You're just biting a table, Joe. Joe, no, stop that. Listen, so I saw you the other night at Hotel Ziggy, and I saw from afar that you were not okay. You were chewing on a pillow. You were chewing on a pillow, which was strange.
Very much so. Look, hold on. Serious right now. I didn't feel comfortable. Hotel Ziggy really didn't, because I see how much Schwartz loves his friends, and if I'm going to be part of Schwartz's life forever until death do us part, not that we're getting married right now. I mean, we will soon. Not in a church, probably. Maybe at City Hall. If City Hall was Saint City Hall, because we're getting married in a church. Don't tell Schwartz. But, I really want to get along with his friends because it's like super important, but they were like totally mean to me. So that wasn't really great. But potentially Lala's a ticket to that. And guess what you do with tickets? You eat really hard hot dogs with them.
Okay, so obviously Ariana and Katie's, they made up their mind about what happened. But like for my own sanity, like Tom and Raquel, did you know about that? And Joe's like, no. It's like, but how could you not have known? And she's like, well, I hung out with him a couple of times, told him stories about Charlie Mail Turtle, the one who fell down in the sewer. Whoops. But I'm not watching them. I'm just like looking at Schwartz. Not that I'm like in love with him, but like I did just like stare at him the entire time. Like, in fact, I would just like show up. He'd be like in the bathroom. I'd be like, surprise, I'm behind the shower curtain. And then I'd get the shower curtain.
The first few months I was with Schwartz, I just would stare at him. And the only thing I could think was, how's anything that pasty? Like consistently, that we could go in the sun, pasty. Put him in the oven, he'd come out pasty. We took a mud bath once, he was still pasty. He's always pasty. It's fucking amazing.
And I thought to myself, is there a way to make a pasty person look even pastier? And I hatched a plan. You just wait. You just wait to see what happens.
Spoiler alert.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
So she's like, no, I mean, look, she tells Lala, no, she didn't know about Raquel and Tom. And Lala's like, I mean, how could she not have known? I mean, you didn't. You guys didn't. So
exactly.
And, like, they were literally hanging out around. None of us knew. We were watching it with Tom flirting with her the whole time, you know.
Just as much. And so Joe is like, Joe has to be honest. I thought Ariana and Sandoval were broken up. So it's crazy for anyone to assume that I'd be like, oh, Sandoval, how's your relationship with Ariana? It just wasn't a thing, like move on, which is interesting because I can see that. She's just focused on Schwartz. She just wants to hang out with Schwartz. And Sandoval probably was so at ease with Raquel in a way that she's just like, oh, he must not be with Ariana anymore. Oh, well, okay, fine, whatever. I just care about Schwartz.
Yeah, I don't really know what I believe. I just don't know how much of it is her responsibility to care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's not one of their best friends. And Katie showed that text illustrating like, oh, well, see, she texted me and said she was so sorry, but then suddenly she's like with Tom or whatever. But we didn't see any reciprocal text from Katie being like, oh, hey, girl, thanks for the text. This was so sweet. Hope to see you soon. So it's not like that was illustrating that they had this established good friendship. So I don't really know, but
the only thing that doesn't add up is if she thought that Tom and Ariana had broken up, but then she went to Thanksgiving with Tom and Ariana, or she went something like that. Like, that's a little weird. Like, did she just not question any of that? Did she not think like, oh, maybe they are together? Like, she just never quite connected any dots.
I think I'm getting the feeling that she's just like, well, they had an open relationship, or they were like broken up but still staying together for the show, or whatever.
I felt like she just didn't
We
care
know so
enough.
many weird relationships, especially in that town, where there's just, it could be anything. Like, no one really knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people do know not to fucking ask questions, because there's a lot of weird shit that you see going on. So
yeah, don't ask questions, man.
So
So Lala's like,
bro, just go with it. Go with it.
I have a questions. So you and Schwartzy is like the strangest thing in the world. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship with him. And she's like, well, we got emotionally very, very close. I mean, I would be there when he would cry about Katie, and like, I would lick his tears off his cheek and be like, now let's take this to Olive Garden. And then, I just wanted to be there for T-Money. Wait, what? T-Money? You call him T-Money?
It's like, yeah, it's weird. It's what we do. We call each other funny things, because I was like, T-Money, and then he's like, Joseph. So it's like kind of everything else. He's like T-Money, and I'm like, Joseph. And you know what you are? Hot dog. Get over here. Let me eat your face. You taste so good. God damn it.
Just had an idea. What if they served hot dogs at Olive Garden? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm painting my life and my dad. I can't even tell I'm going to eat this table to see if I'm alive. Okay, I broke my tooth.
Lala's like, T-Money and Joseph's. That should be like what you guys put on your wedding invites. And she goes, that's actually a really good idea.
Actually, I already did that. So now we go to Top Golf with Ale and James and Ariana and Katie. They're going to have a wholesome time. And they're they're hitting golf balls, and everyone hits the ball except for James. James whiffs. He's like, Katie, okay, well, now we hit the ball around, stupid ball. Katie, do you remember making out with Tori? That was hilarious. Lesbians. And she's like, of course I do. Because she's going on a date with Schwartz tonight. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry.
All right, let me get this straight. No pun intended, all right? You're chatting with Tori, right? At what point did it go from chatting to flirting to we should just make out? Oh, when did that happen? When did it happen? It's just like in the blink of an eye, you're making out with Tori. Oh, it's crazy. No one else sees this. Was it because now Schwartz is going on a date, so you thought you should move right now? She's like, you guys think I really care that much about what Schwartz wants? Like, I don't care. It's not always about Schwartz.
Unless it was last season. So James is like, well, I just have to ask because it's just so coincidental. And it was the same month that you got with Max Boyens. I mean, why is everyone acting like this is so fucking normal? Let me paint the bloody picture. Katie was married to Tom Schwartz. They were married. White dress and bows and cheers and everybody and stupid slutty people like that. And like now they're not. Now they're divorced and fat and stupid. And they're dating the same fucking girl that looks like she's fucking 21 years old. Like, what the fuck is this? This shit is fucking weird.
So then Katie's like, so what was your conversation like at the bar? And Ariana's like, well, basically Lala and Sheena were telling me to like get over it and stop being so triggered. And Katie's like, I don't know what they're not understanding. I'm like confused about these girls.
And James is like, well, you know what? Sandoval invited us to go paintballing. Well, the guys, I mean. Well, guys and, like, everyone. Like, everyone's invited. So Ariana's like, oh, wow. So now there's group texts where I'm just, like, not included. It's like, well, to be fair, I don't know why you'd expect to be included on Sandoval's group text after what's going on with your relationship.
Yeah. And it's probably better for everybody.
Hey, does everybody want to come paintballing? Don't worry, Ariana. We're not throwing Bicks at each other, so you're not expected to not supply anything.
Yeah, that's like one group text I think I'd be happy to be left off of. Like, wow, get to go into like the desert and shoot paintballs at like with Tom Sandoval and Billy Lee. Great time.
Yeah. So Billy Lee, God, still trying to make Billy Lee happen.
Or Kyle Chan too. Kyle Chan's trying so hard this episode. Oh God, he's like out of his depth.
Yeah. So then they're talking about Ariana moving, like finally, because they're talking about the house, and the paperwork is with Tom now because she's countered his offer, and now he needs to counter her counter, or they're going to go to court. So then she's talking about her dream house vibes. She wants like a little tree house, which is what I want. I want a tree house.
Aww.
And she manifested hers, so maybe I can manifest mine. Someone get me a tree house.
Yeah, you can like start manifesting that, Ariana. She's like, yeah, cool. So now we go to California Cryobank, also known as the Sperm Bank. And Lala and Sheena walk in, and Lala's like, I love being pregnant so much so that I want to carry one up on my own, but like I want to be fully in charge of my child's, and like I don't want to ever like want the unknown of like you may work out with your partners or you may not, or you may wind up in like a custody arrangement. So I don't want to have to share. I want my own baby of my own.
Yeah. And so they meet with Brian, the sperm specialist, which is, I mean, he does look like a sperm specialist, doesn't he? He comes out. I've never seen someone so excited to jerk off into a cup. Brian, like, literally looks thrilled to be there. He's like, hi, welcome to any questions about sperm? Let's talk about jerking off. Any questions?
I'm not only the president, I'm a customer too. to quote the 90s. So he's like, a lot of donors. Well, because Lala's like, so what's the story behind a lot of the people who donate sperm? Because I've watched that Phaedra Parks clip a lot of times. I'm getting kind of like freaked out a little bit. Okay, like they just trying to like just looking for cash. They're trying to be good humans. And Brian's like, oh,
yes, Lala. I love that those are the options. So are they just looking for cash, or are they really good people who want to help people like me?
No. A lot of donors tell us they just want to help others. Like, look at this man. He is an heir to the Carnegie fortune and currently runs 3 Fortune 500 companies. Look at him. Isn't that just a picture of you with like a Groucho Marx mask on?
So and a boner. Don't forget the boner. Okay.
Isn't this you just dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfire? Yes, it is.
Listen, people come here and they say they just have a desire to help others through jerking off. So that's what it is. And now, do they have a desire to jerk off and then afford a hot and ready from Little Caesars? Sure. But we call that more of a perk than a motivator.
Now, if I may direct your attention to Brad Pitt's brother, who has provided an ample sperm sample for you. That's just you dressed like you're in a river runs through it. So
listen, get it while it's fresh. You're literally masturbating right now. So I'm going to throw a party because in my mind, my daughter was conceived in loves. And because that kind of love is taken out of this process, I would like to bring it in a different form. So this kid knows you're here and we've all been waiting for you to enter the world. It's like, okay.
Well, I love the idea.
I'll provide the streamers. Okay. It's not right now. Put that thing away, please.
I think it's fun. I love the idea of like a party where we all go through the catalogs and figure out who's the best dad. But I love how she's like, well, my daughter was conceived in loves, and now I want I want my next child to be conceived amongst a group of petty individuals who all hate each other and sleep with each other and cheat on each other incessantly.
I want this to be similar to how my first baby was conceived. Do you by any chance have a giant beanbag chair filled with chicken fat and covered in back hair that you could just lie on top of me that would most likely sweat all over me while I held my breath till mornings?
Cut to 25 years from now, Lala's child is like, hey, everybody, how's it going? I knew I shouldn't have invited that water concierge to our parties.
This is two rivers converging. Damn it.
Always be
it's
careful.
A bathtub.
Be careful who you invite to your sperm donor parties.
This whole thing, like in getting pregnant, I'm going to be forming families. So right now, I feel like I'm part of something that's broken. Do you know what I mean, Sheeners? And Sheeners like, at the end of the day, you get nothing for nothing. And that's all you can say for the life of the corner. So, you know, you're the most amazing mother, and you're going to provide all of your babies the most amazing life.
But yes, you are part of something that's broken. I will confirm that. So Lala is sad because she wants to provide her baby the same sort of like rich, nurturing environment that she had growing up with like her mom and her dad together and everything. And she feels like she failed her child, and she feels like it wasn't even her fault that she failed her child, and she's not going to risk that again. Yeah, that was a nice monologue. Anyway, the beach was like so intense. Like, I am so hung up on our conversation with Ariana. Like, I'm just like treading lightly with her now. Actually, I'm sort of just like doing a paso doble lightly because you never know when you get that call. Anyway, I just like don't want to be upset with her.
I don't know if she's trying to stand her grounds, but she's not going to win this game. It's just simple. Moves out. Because I can't take it anymore. You're choosing to stay in the house, so I don't feel bad for you.
Well, I think a big part of it is her pride, and she's like, I cannot go into an apartment.
No, it's that she found that house and bought that house as well, and then let his stupid ass take out a second mortgage on this house. Why should she let him stay in that goddamn house? Why is it just assumed that he should have the house? This makes no sense. I don't understand people.
Yeah.
Is there argument that she doesn't want the house anyway, that he's the one who wants the house, so he should be able to keep it? Sell the house.
Yeah,
Sell
Lala's, yeah, I agree. Sell it.
Get the damn money.
Yeah, I agree. So then we go over to a place called Hair Boss Extensions, which is actually Joe's salon. I would never think Joe would work at a place called Hair Boss Extensions. I would imagine she would work at some place called like Wacky Cat Hairstyles or something like that, or like
Cupcakes.
I don't know.
You should come get your
or just
get
like
your hair done. I work at a place called Cupcakes. I know it's like deceiving because we don't serve cupcakes, but guess what? If you're really good, we'll give you a cupcake. It's not fucked up. It's fucked up. You should come in. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, or she just would like put up a cardboard sign that says haircuts, like, and just like attach it to the tail of the pup hot dog. Like, free haircuts around the corner. But
you ever seen a cupcake with a faux hawk?
Hair Boss Extensions. Yeah, I go to the Hair Boss. Why does your hair look so good? Because I go to the Hair Boss. Real hair boss bitches over there making my hair boss because it's a hair boss.
Where do you get a load of hair conglomerate? They're really gonna fuck you up.
Oh, little boy entering the hair boss. Okay, so hey Joseph, you can do whatever you want to my hair. I'm in full midlife crisis. Oh, I'm a cute little boy.
Wow, Joe, I really see you in action. She's like, yeah, we're going to do something really fun. Chewing gum today. It's like my thing at work. Don't blow my cover. Hey,
and by chewing gum, I mean chewing your hair.
I've always been a person that really likes gum. I love gum, am I right, Schwartz? Hey, Schwartz, this is where I chew gum during the day, am I right?
How? You're eating my bangs. Oh, sorry. Sometimes it's a thin line between a chiclet and hair. Am I right? So,
what'd you do last night? Go ahead, tell me the truth. You don't have to lie to me. We're best friends.
I went on a date. It was a Tori. Yeah, it was a Tori.
Tori, is that a human? Where's she coming from? I've never heard of a human named Tori. Except spelling. Life didn't really go her way. I get it. Like, talk about being bullied by a bunch of girls. That one. All right.
Vocabulary is my favorite thing. Anyway, so she's been like close with Sheena for like 2 years, ever since she was 13 years old. Sheena has a 32-year-old, was very close with a 13-year-old. So yeah, and it's like she's awesome, you know?
Well, that sounds great. So you're dating a 10-year-old? Is what you're saying? Oh, that's kind of weird.
No. Well, And she's like, so you're going on she's like, I'd really like to know why the girls are allowing you to go on a quote unquote date with a person that is in the friend group, but everyone has a problem with me.
Yeah, people don't like me because I eat hard hot dogs. And that's just the kind of bullying that I take now. Ever since I went to that hot dog place. Like, literally, they're following me down the street like, hard hot dog liquor. It's hard. Really glad I'm in control of your hair right now. Tell me more about this date. Can't wait to make your hair look really, really fucking handsome for your next date. Because she's basically handicapping him right now for future dates. You know that, right? He's talking about dating, and she's like, I'm going to fuck up your fucking life. You fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And Joe's kind of like, this is just like fucked up because like she's way more in the friend group than I am, but everyone's like hating on me. Schwartz like, oh yeah, and here's another ticket for you. Tori actually made out with my ex-wife the night before we went on a date. Oh, isn't that funny? How
does that make you feel, bro?
Well, it's weird thing that she was playing tongue hockey as opposed to tonsil hockey with Maloney the night before. Now she's going on a date with Katie today. Weird.
Oh, that is weird. I don't want you to feel like you can't show your emotions just because you're talking to the boss of hair. This might be a work environment, but I still want you to be honest.
Would it be weird if I attached a bun to your head? Oh, that way you're the hot dog now. Get it? Oh, yeah.
Hello there. This is a 2-part recap, okay? This is the end of part 1. So thank you so much for listening to this. Just come back a little later for part 2.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Strolling the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
She's the wind beneath our Jennifer Wing.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. We want to hang with Liz Lang. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
We forever love Ava.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish. It's Jen Plish. She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.